It's been nearly 3 years since Lee and I have been to Universal Orlando.
So we're going to go through what's new since they last went and some things they're going to experience for the first time.
This is episode 521 of the Unofficial Universal Orlando Podcast. Hey everybody, welcome back to the greatest podcast in the world, as noted by TripAdvisor and Yelp, all the places that do that. We're number one, I heard. Yes, we're so glad to have you with us today, but I am not alone. Joining me, I have Lee.
Hello, everyone.
Tracy.
Hello.
And Michelle.
Hello, everybody.
Poor Michelle always gets to go last.
I know.
I'll put you first next time, Michelle.
This is
Thanks.
a kind of very selfish podcast on mine and Tracy's part. We just want to get ourselves hyped for our trip.
Say we. This is the first time hearing all of this.
Because I'm the
very
one
much.
that puts all this together. All right, I wanted just to get us excited, even more excited about our trip, so I just thought, Chris, you're hosting.
You know me. I
As
don't
if
get
you
excited.
need hyping. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I don't get excited until the packing's done because then the hard work's all out the way. In fact, actually, I don't get excited until I get off the plane because I'm not there until I'm off the plane.
I'll tell you now,
But
she's not
Lee's
going to be
a giddy
excited
kid.
until she gets off the plane and sees Connor Webber in his RAV4 picking us up.
He's going to
You're
get
still
so
forcing him to do
squished.
that?
I never
Okay.
forced him, as I said
did.
last week.
That's what I heard.
He offered. He's also taken us on a Walmart run on the way there as well.
He's getting double squished.
That was Tracy's fault. It's like,
It was.
Jade and I want to go to Walmart. And I'm like, Connor, can I...
I did not suggest it.
So I was like,
I was
You
going to
better
Uber.
give that man a 5-star rating.
I said,
I know.
does our Uber do Walmart calls on the way? And he's like, probably. So we're going to Walmart as well, apparently.
All right.
Poor Connor.
Hey, he offered. He knows I'll give him a kiss.
Oh,
Ooh.
TMI.
Wow. Okay.
Or not enough.
Wow.
All right, well, let's move this train right
I
along.
would.
And, let's start off with the hotel that they are staying at in September, and that is Dockside Inn and Suites.
That's how I was staying.
Yeah, so originally we weren't staying here.
I had no idea.
We were staying where we always stay, and that's the Enclave Suites. And then when Dockside opened, I was like, I wonder if I took off the car hire, because we wouldn't need it if
I
we were
know,
staying at
it still
Dockside, and
sits
then go
weirdly.
over there and find out. And the price, it was actually cheaper in the end.
Yeah.
To stay at Dockside as opposed to
Staying there
Enclave?
with car hire, yeah. And I think as a family with older kids, I think it's definitely going to have its advantages, not having to rely on, because like if we wanted to leave and the kids weren't ready, we all
Right.
have to go.
Yeah.
If Jade's tired or Raymond's tired or whatever, if anyone decides, I'm knackered, I want to go back to the hotel, they can without everyone else having to go with them. Or people are getting ready in the morning, Tracy and Jade aren't ready, Raymond and I can jump on a bus and go over and then they can meet us in.
Yep.
You know that?
I'd just like to point out that I plan that when this lot are still asleep on the first morning, I'm crossing the road and I'm going to IHOP for coffee.
I think Jade will be there with you because she
She
wants
will be.
pancakes. But early park admission, as far as I'm aware, is 7 a.m. that week we're there as well. So I want to be in those parks at 7 o'clock in the morning because I never have been.
This just sounds like a bunch of preemptive ways to ditch the kids.
No, because I did say Raymond
am
was with
I
me.
reading you properly or
No.
If I can find a way to ditch the
Okay.
husband as well, brilliant.
okay?
My one issue with
Talk to me
Dockside,
after.
Okie dokie.
Michelle, I know you've stayed there. I've got two issues with Dockside from what I'm seeing is, I know it's something that won't affect me as much as it will probably Tracy, and that's paper thin walls. And Sam Naj had a lot of issues with the elevators when he was there.
The elevators. What were wrong with the elevators?
Well, apparently they either weren't working or they were slammed every time he tried to get one. And they were on the 7th floor, if I remember rightly.
Well, going downstairs
Honestly,
is
that was
fine.
Something
Going
I never
upstairs.
noticed.
So, Michelle, here's a question for you. Is there a specific floor you would recommend us to kind of try and pick a room at?
The bottom floor is always my preference, unless I'm somewhere where the view, like a Volcano Bayview room or a Bayview room at Portofino. Other than that, I like to be on the bottom floor just because it's quicker in and out.
I would argue and say at least the second floor.
I think
just
you're,
because I'm a light sleeper.
yeah, I
and
think you're
foot
going to say the
traffic.
same.
Same.
That's my only reason.
Yeah, because that
Yeah, but
lobby
don't you get-
noise.
Oh, no, I didn't have any lobby noise, and I was fairly close to the lobby.
Okay.
I hear.
And I had a pool view room, so our windows face the pool, and I could not hear anybody.
I mean, I would err up more with Chris at that point. I think we're definitely better off getting a lower floor, but I think we're at least 2.
Yeah, there's no view there to be had.
No, and
there's no reason to have
yeah.
a high floor there.
It just depends on what we're overlooking, because whether you're first like ground floor or you're going to be 2 floors, pool noise will still carry.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a crazy amount because I think, if I'm not mistaken, they're all hurricane impact windows that all the resorts use.
But also,
so it's not terrible. But at the same time, when we stayed at the tower with the Volcano Bay view, I woke up in the morning hearing the light noise coming from the speakers in the park. So I'm a weirdo like that, but not everybody's like me.
Tracy's like you then by the sounds of it, which is obviously my concern.
I could hear the boats, the speakers at Royal Pacific.
It's one of those things, isn't it, though, when you get woken up by a sound like that, the sound that's going on all the time, you fixate on it and you can't ignore it at that point. It's like if someone's got something next door and it's like beep, beep, you focus on it rather than try and ignore it.
To be honest, I'm more concerned about our eldest snoring.
Well, yes.
Have we got a balcony?
Michelle, do they come with balconies?
No.
Oh, he's just going to have to sleep in the window ledge then.
I mean, earplugs. If you can do earplugs.
I can, but for that...
A mouth gag.
Yeah.
Needs an anti-snoring device.
I can do earplugs, but my concern is I've been getting ear infections lately.
We will see.
But
I'm looking forward to seeing
We'll sort something out. It is what it is. And there's always alcohol.
It is what it is. For sure. And listen, guys,
I'm
like, do you really
stress over that?
You're on vacation. Don't you kind of want to be awakened by the sound of
snoring,
the pool or by the sound of the music at Volcano Bay? Like, to me, when I wake up to that, I'm like, oh my God, I'm at Universal. This is awesome.
That's my problem, though, because I'll wake up to that sound and I go to sleep late at night on vacation every single time.
Yep.
Sorry, Alexa. But I need to sleep in just a little bit.
Yeah.
But if I get woken up by the Volcano Bay music, that's it. My ADD kicks in. I'm like, I'm not going back to sleep. Screw that.
Yeah.
I want to go do this. But
Yeah.
I'm tired as hell the whole day.
You and Tracy are very similar.
Yeah.
I feel your pain, Trace.
Me too. I'm up and ready to go. I'm like, yep. Music's playing. Something's going on out there. Time to go.
That's the thing, though. That sort of music, that sort of noise doesn't bother me. It's other people. And I don't know why it gets to me.
It's one of those things, we're just not going to know how the noise is going to affect us until we actually get there, because people's tolerance is different from other people's tolerance, but it is...
I could also do a Lee bringing it up a little less because he's just feeding my anxiety on a daily basis at the moment.
Apparently the towels are horrendous as well.
Well, listen, guys, it's a value resort.
Oh,
so no matter what hotel you're going to in Orlando that's considered a value resort, it's going to be the same quality as far as like thinner walls, thinner linens. You know, that's kind of across the board. That's why it's a value. That's why they can charge you less.
Yeah.
Well,
so
we're being quite
it is what it is. It's not going to be any worse than Enclave would have been.
Oh, that's what I was just about to say.
Well, let's not actually record that, but suffice to say, we will not be staying there again.
It definitely has never been as good as that first trip we stayed there.
No. But for me, all I need is somewhere clean and relatively comfortable.
I mean, we're not going to be we're going to be at Horror Nights most times we're there, so we're probably not going to be getting in till 1, 2 o'clock.
My biggest concern is one bathroom for 4 adults.
Yes.
Well, the other thing is, just to kind of calm your anxiety or nerves or whatever it is that's going on, is you're going to be gone most of the time. But like for me, I'm like, all right, I can go out, party, go to Bob Marley's, do whatever, stay out late. When I come back, I want to try to get as much sleep in a comfortable, bed as possible. We stayed there, and yes, it is a value resort, but I honestly had no complaints about much of anything. Like, I stay a lot of times at the Hilton chains, so like Hampton, all that stuff. I love their beds. Like, for the price, it's good. I would compare them to be almost the same. Like we had a great time there. There was nothing that stood out that was like, I wouldn't do this again. No, we'd do it again in a heartbeat.
Yep,
Exactly.
very true.
And also,
The beds to me were comfortable.
Oh yeah.
I've never heard anybody complain about that.
No.
And also, just going back to potential of pool noise, they close the pools at a certain time.
No, we'll be well in bed.
So
by
we'll be, we'll still be out when the pools are closing. So it's not a problem.
You know what's funny about the pool on that one is we actually, when we did stay there, we stayed in a higher room. I'd probably say like maybe the 10th floor, something like that. It was the pool facing room, but I didn't hear anything.
Okay.
I don't know if they're different windows than from the tower, Cabana Bay, but it was pretty quiet. So I also wouldn't be too concerned about that.
Yeah. No, I'm not stressing over.
No, I'm really looking forward to it. It's like it's weird that we've become that staying on site people.
I know it was always like, we'll just have one night so we get the express passes.
And now it's like I can't remember the last time we didn't stay on site for at least one night.
You've been hanging out with Michelle too much.
I think that's maybe what it is.
Sorry, guys. No, but with the addition of Cabana Bay, Aventura, and now Endless Summer, there's no reason not to stay on site. Those
100%.
prices are just as good as the rest of iDrive.
I agree with you, but the one
100%.
thing that puts me off, if we ever come and do a proper trip again like we used to, is those car parking fees really put me off.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's ridiculous, quite honestly.
They are.
And that's the only thing that when we come out for a proper trip where we start going back down the road and start going further afield, like we want to start exploring Florida a little bit more, and we will have a car, that those car parking prices add up if you're there for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yep. Well, good news is that Uber is everywhere. So if you're not going to be going around town a lot, just a few different instances, it's cheaper just to do the Uber. If you do need it for a span of time, there is an actual car rental desk there at Dockside.
Okay.
Oh, that's handy.
So if
to
you
know.
needed to rent one, you would.
Yeah,
you wouldn't
so just a
pay for the
one-day-
parking fee there.
Okay, that's
I wonder
good to
if you
know.
were to rent a car for a week, would they charge you for parking or no?
I don't think so.
Okay, that's interesting.
That's very
That
interesting.
may be your workaround, guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
Interesting.
Okay.
Or just call Connor.
Well, you beat me to it.
I
You beat
know.
me to it. That poor lad.
Our own personal chauffeur.
He's gonna stop listening to us.
He's going to regret that happy
Because
birthday.
I
isn't
only
he?
gonna ghost
offered.
you guys.
Yeah, I wish I hadn't stalked them on Instagram now and found out where they were during
See?
hot nights.
Repercussions for everything.
No, I'm excited.
But I mean, don't forget as well, if we just wanted to go like just up the road somewhere, there's always the iRide trolley as well.
Yeah,
We've never done that, and
Yeah,
new
there you go.
adventures. Oh, there's also
Friends.
feet.
All right. Michelle's like, what? There's what? Feet? I
What?
don't understand what you mean.
Nobody
It's the
walks.
thing that you put
What?
those massagers on.
Yeah.
Oh, those things. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yep. Gotcha. Gotcha. Well, should we move on to City Walk?
I think
Yes,
we should.
please.
All right. So something that you have not experienced there is the Legacy store.
It's kind of gone quiet on the Legacy story. No one talks about it much now.
Been around for a
That's
while now,
because the
hasn't
next
it?
thing is pretty big and fabulous.
So the Legacy store's still a thing then? It is still there. Has anyone been in it recently? Chris, I'm not you because you haven't been
Is
for
it
ages.
still
I haven't
there,
been to the
Chris? I
parks.
was just
Is
there
the
and I
park
didn't
still
go in
there?
it.
I haven't been to the parks all year almost, so
It
I'm a
must-
terrible.
It
asshole.
must still be there because why would they take it out?
Oh.
I mean, I assumed it was still
Let me
there.
look.
Take all the
You know
things
what? I
out.
didn't even see it.
It's got to be there.
Yeah, still there.
Like, no one seems to talk about it anymore.
Well, because everybody's
I
used to
yeah.
it.
did
Like-
not go in there.
Yeah, no, it's still there.
Have you been in it, Chris?
I have. Yeah,
So talk to us about it. Is it any good? Am I going to get some...
it's all right. I mean, it's cool. It has awesome merch in there. It's a little. Last time I remember, it's a little tight in there. So
Because that's where the old Universal store is, isn't it? Kind of in, like, is it to the right of that water fountain? Like the
to the
water,
left of it. No?
to the left of it, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I mean, it's all right, but like Michelle kind of hinted at earlier, I mean, the other store is massive, and you get
Yeah.
everything there. So
Because I mean, what sort
Yeah.
of stuff does the Legacy store sell at this point? Then, because it kind of feels like it should have become the prop shop at this point, or at least integrated what stuff they stored in the prop shop. over there. Like, I expect it to kind of be what the Tribute store was.
Mm-hmm.
That type of thing with the Molderamas in there and sort of retro Universal. Like,
Well, they do have that.
yeah.
But I don't know. Now that you mention it, just does feel a little out of place, I guess.
Yeah, like, no, like I say.
I'm asking Maddie if it's still open because, as she said, it is. I literally did not go in there. I didn't even notice it.
Yeah, like when it opened, it sort of opened to a fanfare, didn't it? And then, like, none of the vloggers even mention it. So it's like, I definitely want to go in.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
good.
have
Love to.
a check it out and stuff. But yeah, something new to have a wander around for 5 minutes and then go, oh, well, that was fun.
Yeah. But the next thing up is the Universal store.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Right.
It sounds like the most random thing to sort of say. One of the biggest things we haven't seen since we last went is the Universal store. And it's like, there's a Universal store like every 5 yards.
Yeah, but this is a new one.
But this does actually have stuff that you don't find elsewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it does. It's huge too.
Yeah.
It's also where you pick up your packages.
Okay. Because it's one of them things, it's kind of like the Universal equivalent to the world of Disney, just not as ridiculously...
Yeah, you don't need a map.
Well, is it...
Oh, it's not that huge, no.
No. Is it... So, going back to the packages, is it picking up, or that's where you send it to your hotel from there?
Probably.
Like,
No, you can send it to your hotel from wherever you buy the item. In the parks, anywhere.
But so we did this last time. This is the reason why my brain's a little confused on it, but I think we had an item that we didn't send to the hotel, still had it with us, then wanted to send it to the hotel because we didn't want to go back, and they sent us over to the Universal store to send it.
And they allowed you to. Yeah.
I believe that's what we did, yeah. It's just a kiosk for merchandising as well.
Yeah, because they don't they have a section where you can get stuff personalized in there as well, like they do in a lot of the...
Probably.
I don't know. I've never gotten anything personalized in there, so...
Yeah, again, it's one of those things that when it first opened, all the vloggers we watched were talking about it all the time, and then no one ever seems to talk about it much now.
Yeah. Well, because it's a store, right?
Yeah.
I mean, but they do have the largest selection, I think, out of the entire resort. So if you're looking for any kind of specific t-shirts, you'll probably find it in there.
Yeah.
And there's home goods type stuff, the Harry Potter themed home goods, like plates and cups and things that you don't find elsewhere.
Yeah, I wish they did more stuff like that. Like, you can go to Disney and buy like all your household stuff. Universe never really done that, and I would love to have that type of stuff.
And what did I say we were buying after Jade left?
New plates. The Harry Potter ones are pretty cool, actually, because they don't screen Potter.
Yeah, but also you're not allowed near them because you break everything.
Yeah, I am a bit clumsy.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, again, I'm looking forward to going. I wonder if they'll have Horror Night stuff in there when we come over in September.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
They already had Horror Night stuff in there when I was there last month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a shop, isn't it? But it's new. It's new since we went there. I mean, it took over, 3-4 different stores that were there. It made more sense than what was there previously.
Yeah. It's definitely worth a visit for you guys if you've never been.
Yeah, because I think we walked into Pick once. I don't think we went into... Do you remember? You don't even remember Pick, do you?
I remember Pick. I just don't remember actually going in.
Yeah, I think we did once.
It was really quirky stuff, wasn't it?
And then there was Quiet Flight? Or
yeah,
that was Quiet Flight, wasn't it?
That was with the surfboard.
Yeah, which was the one...
Fossil.
Where you walked the cut through. Is that what it was? Fossil?
Yeah, Fossil.
Yeah. Like, I always found it weird, the stores that were on Universal, like on City Walk anyway, because it's not really...
It was more like
not
an
really
outlet
a shopping district, is it?
Mall, wasn't it?
City Walk. You wouldn't go... Like, you would go to Disney Springs shopping. You wouldn't really do that at City Walk, so I found it strange, the stuff that was
for parking
there.
First.
It was just weird. And now it makes more sense to have that there.
Yep. And then upstairs from the Universal store is Bend the Bow. And I know Tracy's super excited about this one.
I am. Do you know, somebody should really do like a ratings of these.
This is why I'm going to lambast all our listeners at this point. The whole point was for you people to get involved. So we had an idea of the ones that we wanted to... I mean, we want to try all of them, but, you know, to find out the ones that we really should try.
Yeah. I mean, if somebody does, they should record it and then send it to us at podcast@uuopodcast.com.
Wow.
The rating from 1 being and 5 being...
Oh, hell yeah.
So obviously the question I need to ask, I know you've been... Michelle, have you eaten here?
No, I have not.
Why is the question I need to ask there then?
Because I have a family of picky eaters. I would eat them, but when I'm trying to feed my whole family, it's not really an option that I would consider.
Stop being a good parent.
See, this is what the plan for us when we go first night in September. For kind of this exact reason is for everyone just to toddle off and go and get what they want. Jade wants tater tots from Green Eggs and Ham. I want something from Hot Dog Hall of Fame. Tracey wants orange chicken. Raymond, we have no idea.
I did want orange chicken.
And we're all kind of just going to go and grab what we want and then come together and eat it kind of like a little picnic on the steps.
That's very widespread, all of that lot too.
Well, we're probably going to jump into Islands of Adventure, so me and Jade can go and get them while you two sort of into City Walk, and then I'll walk out and go to Hot Dog Hall of Fame and then meet you out on the...
That food's going to be cold.
That's a hell of a
That's what I was going to say. Those tots are going to be pretty damn cold.
I don't think Lee remembers how large this area actually is.
It's about a 5-minute walk from Green Eggs and Ham to the middle of City Walk, the way I walk it is.
Oh,
are you
my
running?
God.
Are you
No,
kidding
it's
me?
Not.
It is.
In 5
Are
minutes,
you
you won't
Usain
even be
Bolt?
in port of entry.
Just because I'm not an invalid.
It's going to take you 50 minutes to get the bloody tots.
Yeah, but that's got nothing
It's a
to
bit
do
of
with
one at
how
a time.
cold they're going to be. I'll take... Who was it on the hints and tips
No,
thing?
when
that said,
she
I'll
wants
take
that,
Tupperware.
We'll eat.
Bring a heating lamp with you.
She's not going to eat anything on City Walk then, guaranteed you.
Of course you will.
Chips.
Donuts.
I don't know whether... Anyway, I really want to go to Bend the Bow, and I want to try all of them. I want to do a Nicole Hunter and try them all in one sitting.
Well, Lee, if you do try them, you should record yourself.
I will. Oh, I will. What I don't want is for me and Tracey to be the next ones doing a... Hey, UUOP, it's Lee and Tracey here doing bow pick a bow wow.
No,
You can't do it,
You
know what
gotta
it's
do your
called, do you?
American accent and just pretend to be somebody else.
All right. Hey, it's Chris and
Yes.
Alexa. We're here at Universal City Walk trying Bend the Bow.
What the hell accent is
Motherfucker.
that?
You should so be Chris and Michelle. That would be hilarious.
Yeah, that would be good. And then maybe me and
I
Michelle
can't do an
you guys.
accent, so
Now that
is
would
not
be
happening.
funnier. A generic American accent's easy. Hearing Americans doing British accents even better.
I cannot
Yeah.
do
Oh,
any
yeah.
accents to save my life.
But off the top of your head, Tracey, which one are you looking? Is it the kimchi fried chicken?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the
KFC.
pork belly
Best
one.
KFC.
I mean, I do want that one, probably the pork belly, or even the shrimp. The shrimp one,
What
probably.
were the other ones? Was something else?
There's a veggie one that
Which I do
Jade was
feel I need
kind
to
of
try,
interested
yeah.
in, as
The
long as
brisket
you can
one?
get the...
Yeah, the brisket one
Of
looks
course there
really
is, Chris.
good.
You know, Universal do everything with brisket in.
They
That's
do.
true.
Isn't brisket
Very
the
true.
new avocado now?
No,
They
it's...
buy it in bulk.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pork carnitas is the one that's coming in and overtaking brisket now. I
love
can't remember.
carnitas too.
I think I've actually got the menu up here on my laptop front. Where is it? There you go. There is kimchi fried chicken,
Yes.
pork belly, duck,
Yes.
beef brisket,
Oh, duck.
veggie, shrimp, and crab cake.
Oh, duck.
Oh yeah,
Do
duck.
like duck.
Braised duck, kimchi, slaw, XO sauce, cilantro, and 5-spice aioli.
Cilantro. Cilantro does not go with kimchi.
I wonder how
I'll be very harsh about the kimchi though,
I
because I
wonder-
make my own.
how well it's doing, because you never tend to hear people talking about it much.
No, it's not. I know it's not a very good location either, because it's tucked away.
Well, that's why we're doing our bit to promote
Yes,
it.
because that's where the sushi place was, isn't it?
Yeah,
Mhm.
upstairs. And I mean, a
Near
lot of
malls.
people don't... I think a lot of people don't even realise there is an upstairs there, to be fair. I think kind of
I
Michelle,
didn't realize
that's
it
why...
for a long time.
Yeah.
But seriously, you just go up the escalator, turn left, and it's right there.
I feel like that's why you mentioned it last week, that it was upstairs, because I think a lot of people necessarily don't even know that it's there.
Mm. So we still
Yeah,
have
plus, when you're doing that climb up the stairs, you're mainly going for like Panda,
Yeah.
Burger King,
Yeah.
and
Frozen yogurt.
now, what's the taco place? I want to say Lime, but it's not Lime. Moe's.
Moe's, yeah.
almost. Yeah.
Welcome to Moe's.
Yeah, we've been... I quite enjoyed it, actually. I just didn't know what I'm doing.
We also still haven't
Eat.
done Cold Stone,
We
Which is
haven't,
just
or
below
Menchie's
that.
for that matter, or Bread Box.
so we need to do those as well.
But they're not new since the last time we were there.
No, they're not. We're just
Guys.
dumbasses.
Guys, I must interrupt because I just see what's next on the list.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a feeling this needs to be part of the Weekender as well.
I'm not sure how that's going to work, but
Again, teams and whoever gets out the fastest.
I think we need
The
to
only
see...
problem with that is it's brand new,
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and how slam that thing is going to be.
yeah.
Yeah.
We shall see.
I think cost
think
may
it's
be
gonna be
prohibitive.
Incredible.
Okay.
Which is what,
Well,
Chris?
Well, we are going to talk about Universal's Great Movie Escape, which is due to open hopefully before their trip in November.
Which they said
it's new to all of us
they
at this
said
point.
at that time. They said it. I think what they actually said was, didn't they say fall 2022? So I would expect it to be open before December.
Yeah.
It's funny how they did that initial blurb and then we've heard nothing, and like the facade's up. It looks like the outside's pretty much done.
I think at the very least it needs to be a host trip.
For sure.
Yes.
Of course. We've all been boning up, haven't we? We did one. We went and met up with
Boning
a
up.
good friend, Mr. Sam Naj, and did one at Leeds a couple of weeks ago. We got out, technically, but we didn't because it kind of got messed up in the end.
Yeah, something didn't unlock that should have done.
Well, there was that, but then he thought we had everything in the right place, and he didn't. He come in and let us out and was like, oh, I thought you had that in the right place, and it wasn't. So we technically didn't actually beat it.
I would just like to say, though, if they'd listened to me about the positioning of something.
Anyway,
Well,
that's not what we're talking about.
I'm excited about this,
Yes.
guys.
Me too.
My only concern is how expensive it's going to be. Because like we talked about this when they first announced it, like how expensive the mini golf is, an escape room as elaborately themed as it's going to be, they could put any price they want on it and people will pay it.
Yeah. Well, at least one.
At first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll do like pass holder discounts or
Not initially, I
hotel
would have
guest
thought.
discounts.
That may be
or
something later.
that type of thing. But I mean, yes.
We shall
that-
see.
What are you guys guessing is going to be the price?
I think we talked about this before. I think we all kind of said we reckon around 50 normally
Yeah.
per person.
Yeah.
$50 per person?
I reckon,
yeah, I would
quite
say so.
comfortably.
Oh my God.
Do you
How
not
much is
think
a
it'll be
normal
that
one?
much?
I haven't been to an escape room in forever.
Well,
About 25 a person?
well, how much is the Hollywood Drive-In mini golf? That's what I'm going off.
Yeah, that's true.
That's rather expensive.
Regular mini golf is like
Oh yeah, it's expensive.
We love
$10.
mini golf.
Yeah, but mini golf is really like an individual thing. You can set your own pace. When you do an escape room, you're sometimes, quite often, paired with people that you don't even know, and it's a set amount of time. So I don't see how it compares to mini golf.
Oh, I'm
No,
just
he's
talking
just
about
doing a comparison
Universal.
between what mini golf
like
is
knowing
there and-
what, like looking at how much Universal charge for their mini golf, and then looking at how much others charge for mini golf, and then trying to compare it to a normal escape room to what Universal would charge for an escape room.
Michelle, did you just say that you could end up in there with people you don't know?
Yeah, but pre-COVID, for sure.
That wouldn't happen over here anyway.
No, I don't think they would ever.
Yeah. Here they have so many spots per room, and you can see how many spots are available in different time slots. At least all the ones I've ever done. Or you can pay extra and do it private and not allow other people in.
I don't think Universal would do that. I think it would be just your group, and they'll have a price. Like over here, it's like it'll be a price for 2 people per person, or if it's 3 people, it's like a higher price but slightly less per person, and then for 4 people, it's a higher price but slightly less per person than it is for 3. So,
Who knows?
I would be surprised if it's less than 40 per person.
That's what I was going to say. Between 30 and 40 per person.
I think that's too cheap for Universal.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about like it's not going to be your average sort of international drive escape room, is it? It's going to be a Halloween Horror Nights level. Well, probably even more elaborate than Halloween Horror Nights, because this is permanent.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be.
Well, it's permanent, but they'll still probably change out the rooms just like every other.
No,
place
he
does.
means like with Horror Nights, how they just build it to a minimum standard required to last X season, as opposed to this being like a permanent thing that's there, so they can really get away with doing some really cool stuff.
I wonder if
Hopefully
they'll
they go
actually
that
have
route.
actors in it then.
It'll be interesting to see how many
That'd be a
rooms
good
they've
idea,
got
Tracy.
per theme, whether it's like 1 of each or 2 of each or 3 of each. They've got to have more than, and whether it'll be a multi-room experience or just the one. Like,
Yes,
they've
we've
just
done both,
given us
haven't we?
absolutely nothing at the moment, have they?
Well, Universal give us nothing, no clues, nothing. What?
I'm excited, but I am
Yeah.
slightly concerned at how much it's going to be.
Well, we'll find out soon enough.
So in Orlando, the Great Escape Room is $35.
Exactly.
Student discount is $31, and military discount is $31.
So that's just a run-of-the-mill one for $35. Yeah, Universal's is going to be $50 at least then.
Oh, yeah.
I'd have a hard time paying $50 for an escape room.
Interesting question. When it says student,
I think you'd have to be an American student.
is that American students only?
Probably.
I wouldn't see why not.
I don't think so.
No.
No.
But then
Just have your student ID.
I'll
And
remember to pack it.
Okay.
It's best to have it and not need it.
Oh, yeah.
Do the way to a credit card.
Mhm.
yeah, you can get student discounts at a lot of places too, Trace.
Not that we're going anywhere but on property.
Well,
But
we are.
what if Walmart do a
Okay.
student discount?
Just need some
Anyway.
information. Give us an opening date so we know it's going to happen.
And then we can plan.
Yep. This one, I so wish I was going to be there in September to do this with you, but oh well. So Islands of Adventure. Lee and Tracey have not done Jurassic World Velocicoaster.
What?
It's so bad,
Cannot
isn't it?
Wait.
We run the longest running Universal Orlando podcast, and there's the one of the best coasters in the world at this point. We still haven't been on it.
Because of COVID.
Your mind is going to be blown.
It had better be. I have high expectations.
That's
of
the
this.
problem, though.
It's-
We have
you're gonna be fine.
massive expectations.
It'll be my first top
Look,
half.
get your expectations, bring them up higher, and you're
Yep.
still going to be fine.
Yep.
Almost as
Yeah.
good as Fast and Furious, in my opinion. But
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
that's high
So
praise.
all-
Almost
Lee's
as good as
getting ready.
Fast and Furious. Wow, that's some big words, Chris.
And I don't think you need to worry about any kind of motion sickness issues.
I mean, a lot of people keep telling me that. That doesn't mean I'm not going to be nervous.
I'm trying to think. Have I ever come off a ride with motion sickness?
No, I have many.
Just
I really
don't do
am
the
dead
thing.
inside.
Don't do the thing where you look to the left on the what's that part called
The
that goes over the
Mosasaur
water?
roll.
Yeah, don't do that thing where you look to the
Oh, I
left because
won't.
that did make me feel a little nauseous when I did that. But other than that, it's so amazing.
the first time you guys ride it, you're not going to know what happened.
Yeah.
That's
It's
a good
just-
thing.
It's fantastic. The first time I rode it, I just was like mouth open the whole time, like just in awe and shock.
Yep.
And then I had to rewrite it to actually appreciate what I was writing.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
It does.
I just love from watching the vlogs and stuff we watched how much more it adds to Universe, like to Jurassic Park, like walking down at that back entrance to the Discovery Centre now, and it's set up with that the mosasaur roll literally just there. The top hat's angled so it looks like when it comes over the top that it's going to come straight into where you're stood, but then veers off. It's just so well designed to add so much more to that park alone, without even taking into consideration that it's a ride you can go on and add something different into your day. But I haven't seen anyone come off it and go, it was all right.
No,
Everyone's, it is amazing.
it's so amazing,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to ride it at night too.
That's going to be the issue,
Why would that be an issue?
because most nights we're going to be at Horror Nights.
Well, then ride it at night with me in December.
Our only option will possibly be the night we arrive, and we all know how that goes.
Yeah, that probably is not a good
Well-
idea. If Hagrid's made you sick on your first night,
To be fair,
if he follows my bloody instructions every flight and drinks more,
I did drink plenty.
Water.
It wasn't that.
I have rules. he
It
doesn't follow them.
It wasn't Hagrid. To be fair,
it started with Forbidden
it was
Journey,
Forbidden Journey,
which is even worse.
yeah, exactly.
It was probably that killed you.
I think if we hadn't have ridden Forbidden Journey beforehand, I probably would have been all right. But it was the 1-2 punch of those that it was like Forbidden Journey set my stomach and my head off, like, oh, I don't feel well. And then getting on, and it's the backward portion. I find backward portions on coasters don't agree with me very well. Because I've ridden it twice since, and I was all right both times.
Well,
So
as long as you don't have any rollbacks, you'll be fine.
Oh no, I
On the
want
Velocicoaster.
the rollback though. Because it's cool.
Alright.
How often does that happen? Like, not very often, and it'd be awesome to have it.
I'll probably
That's gonna
never
be so
now
cool.
they change it. Have to give it a bit more.
So excited for you.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Mm. Exciting.
So next up, over at Universal Studios Florida, we have Central Park Crepes.
See, I'm not as excited about this
No,
as I was
I'm really
because
not
they
bothered
took
now.
off the one I wanted.
Turn off the 2 I wanted.
I still want to go. I still definitely
Which
want to
is?
try it. The lemon blueberry.
Yeah. And
Did you hear they have brisket?
vegan one
the
for you,
vegan one
wasn't
I
it?
wanted to try.
Is the brisket one still on there?
I think so.
I think so. It should be. It's Universal, remember?
Hey, it's going to be when we're there in December. Hopefully they'll have the Thanksgiving one.
Oh, Tracy's just, you what now?
Hello. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Because that one was amazing.
Is this like the holiday sandwich at Earl of Sandwich, which
Roast beast.
is like the
Oh,
best
yeah.
thing ever?
It had like turkey and cranberry and
Oh, you're talking
stuffing.
Tracy's
It was
language
so
now.
good.
Yes. Yes.
Suddenly, Tracy's
Yes.
interest has gone from, I don't want to eat there anymore, to, tell
Look,
me more about this Thanksgiving
honestly,
crepe.
Yeah.
A Christmas dinner, I would eat that every day.
Well, put
but
it
I'd
this way,
prepare 'em.
if we
Oh,
ever
yeah.
go to Earl of Sandwich at
That's
Disney
it.
Springs, it's the holiday
holiday
sandwich
every time. Every single
What's in
time. Basically the same as
Pretty
in the
much
crib.
that.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. If they don't have it, you can always just, like during Christmas time, I'm pretty sure you can do it almost any time, but Publix, you can order yourself a pub sub, which is a Christmas sandwich. Same thing. Cranberry, stuffing, turkey, gravy. In a
Connor.
sub.
Can you pick me one up and bring me it over?
Yeah. Connor. No, poor Connor.
Connor.
All right.
Poor lad.
See, Connor doesn't know this, but yeah, we haven't got a lift from the airport in November either, Connor. So just saying, mate.
Your DoorDash
no,
is here.
No. Poor Connor.
Yeah, Chris just mentioned there, I haven't put obviously the roast beast sandwich. Chris, did you actually get the roast beast sandwich? in
Oh,
the
I
end?
did. Yep.
And
Is
how
that a
was
leg
it?
for
That was the one
everyone?
with the little mini one on the top, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'd forgotten
So
about that.
the roast beef sandwich is a unique sandwich, but my favorite part was the mini sandwich.
Yeah,
If I can order
remember it. Yeah.
a 10-pack of those mini sandwiches, it was so good.
Who doesn't
The
make
rest of
anything
it,
in miniature? Well,
it was wasn't it a French dip, right?
can't remember. Yes.
Yes, it was.
It was like a French dip, it's baby grilled cheese sandwich. So good. The rest of the sandwich it wasn't bad. I think it was when we had it was a little dry, just because there's so much beef in there. So it's definitely shareable. But yeah, hope they sell just little ones this year. I'd love to buy some.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it now. I mean, it looks really good.
I would buy it again. Let's just say that.
Trying to
That's high
find out what the
praise.
little
Yeah,
on the top it doesn't say.
I think it was a French dip.
It looks good, mind. Yeah, I want that. Yeah, I'd forgotten about that.
We've been talking about some of this stuff on this list for so long that I'm like, my mind is blown that you haven't actually done it.
I know.
Crazy, isn't it?
Look, at this point, it's been 2.5 years since the last
And
time
not
we
our
were over
choice.
there,
No.
Not our choice.
which is crazy.
I can't believe this is our 2020 trip.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because our September trip was supposed to take place in October 2020. The
Yeah.
weekender trip was supposed to take place in November last year. So everyone's like, oh my God, look at you, 1%er going twice to Florida this year. And I'm like, to be fair, we
It's
weren't
been paid for
supposed to be
2 years.
going
Right.
twice in a year. We were supposed to be going once a year for the last 2 years.
Yeah. And the 16-year-old, the one who's, the youngest, we were celebrating her 16th birthday, just turned 18. So we're literally going to have a 16th, we're celebrating a 16th, an 18th, a 21st, and a 20th wedding anniversary.
Yes.
Yeah, it is crazy how much has changed in the time since we've been. And to be fair, distance-wise, like lengthwise in between, this is a short
It's terrifying
time between trips.
because literally it's family trip. Jade and I both, Jade starts university, I go back to university, and then I'm coming back out for the weekend.
That's
It's
gonna
just
be
like, holy
mental.
crap, I am going to be actually studying and writing essays on a plane.
I think this is...
crazy.
And then you get to go home and do Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh, no. When I get home, I've literally got 2 weeks for my final semester submissions.
And she's talking about going
And
down to London
birthdays,
for
yeah.
her friends.
Yeah, I've also got a friend's big birthday that I need to go down to London for.
I think this is actually shortest
Good
turnaround
Lord.
between trips we've ever done. I think we did 6 months from our first 2 trips, 7 months.
7, yeah.
And then the weekend last time was like, October, November, December, January, February, 4 months. And then this one's October, November, like 2.5
10 weeks, isn't
months. Yeah, 2.5 months. It's the shortest turnaround between trips we've ever done.
Wow.
Yeah. So Another thing that I can't believe you haven't seen yet is the Bourne Stuntacular.
I know, it's killing me.
And it's
I see it every time I go. It's so good.
Yeah. We haven't really talked about it that much. I've definitely steered clear of watching any videos of it, just the stuff that Universal put out, and it's been that long since we've watched any of that I feel like I'm going to go in fairly fresh on it.
It's okay, man.
Yeah.
The videos do no justice.
Well, that's what I'm expecting. I think I said before, when they put that first video out, I remember watching it and the fight scene in front of the crowd, and we watched it once, and then we watched it again with the kids, and it's the second time that I went, oh, that crowd at the back aren't there, are they? It looked that good. I was like, oh my God, there's only 2 people there. But yeah, it looks like, I can't wait.
Just wait. I mean, I've seen it I don't know how many times, and I'm still every time like, oh my God, how did they do that? And it's so good.
And it needs to be good because I love T2 3D. Like, it was my favorite of that type of attraction that I've ever done. I just thought it was fantastic. You know, that integration of the 3D and then the live actors and all the animatronics at the side. It was the perfect amalgamation, and it's such a shame that I actually slept through the last time we saw it.
Yeah.
You did as well.
Yeah.
Because the seat drop woke us up at the end. So I'm hoping, with pretty good expectations from what I've heard, that it will be, that I'll go, yeah, I'm quite happy with that to have replaced T2.
You will be. You will be.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's good because we don't want to talk about it too much because I can't.
I don't be reminded stuff I've forgotten.
No, because I am super excited for it. It's good. I'm glad that they've still got that type of show going on in there because, you know, they know for the longest time that the people were ragging on Universal that, too many screens, it's all screens. I could sit at home and have the same experience that I have at Universal now, and then like they've really doubled down on animatronics and stuff over the last couple of years, and it sounds like the Epic Universe is going to be more carrying on down that road. When you look at like Super Nintendo World that opened at Japan is very sort of hands-on and screens only used where they couldn't really do anything else but use screens there. It's good. They're using, I think we've talked about it before, they're using screens as a way to embellish the attraction rather than it being the focus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, definitely. So this next one's even more of a shocker because it opened up in 2004, but Revenge of the Mummy.
Well, I mean, it's technically freshly. I mean, really, the Hulk should be on here because we haven't ridden the Hulk since
Not since it was retracked.
since the refurb. But yeah, obviously
Really?
the Mummies.
Wait, what?
Yeah, we
Well,
haven't.
it was open when you were here.
We did not
You
ride
rode
it.
it at Mardi Gras.
Nope.
You guys didn't ride it that trip?
Nope.
I haven't ridden it
Did
since...
you forget?
We never got round to it, and then the one day that we kind of was like, because Jade really wants to ride it. It's I was talking to her the other day about it's the ride she's looking forward to the most at this point. And the one day that we were kind of like, right, we've got time to do it, let's go and do it, was the Friday, and it was freezing and like kind of spitting on raining at the time, and we both kind of looked at each other and went, no, it's going to be freezing getting off there. So we never ended up bothering doing it.
And I haven't ridden it since
20. I don't know whether you did it in 2013 or not.
Don't know whether I did.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's definitely a lot. I mean, I enjoy it more now. At least the ride itself, not the queue, but
yeah,
with the music there, it adds a nice effect to it.
Yeah, it's the thing that Jade's looking forward most to riding this time, even above Velocicoaster, which she said because before Velocicoaster, she hasn't been poring over it like we have, so she doesn't really know what it is to get excited about it, whereas she knows what the Hulk is, so she's looking forward to the Hulk.
It's even better for her because she's gonna flip her.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, to be fair, considering she hasn't necessarily been to that many theme parks, she's ridden some pretty intense coasters at this point.
Yeah.
Like, what's more intense, really, than the Smiler at this point? And she's ridden that 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, and she did Rita. That's pretty damn intense.
So, but I know the Hulk, like you say, I haven't ridden it since 2013. So we might as well have added that on the list.
Yes, I didn't ride it 2013,
No.
but 2009, it's where it did my neck.
Yeah. And then obviously, like the Mummies, from its fresh refurb, it's technically new, not really, but
Because it was brand new when we first rode it.
I mean, it was when
you say 6 weeks old or something like that.
I think it opened in like June or July 2004, and we were over in September, so it was very new the first time we rode it. The same with Rip Ride Rocket. That had only been open a couple of months when we first rode that.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
Awesome. I totally forgot about this next one. You are staying in a Volcano Bay view room at Cabana Bay.
Are we?
Well, only because Michelle relented when I twisted her arm up her back, because originally she put us in Aventura.
What?
Oh, yeah, that's
I
true.
know. I was like, Aventura? We never agreed on that, did we? And I was like, Tracy, which one do you want to do, Aventura or Volcano Bay? And she was like, why are you even asking me?
Yeah, because
Aventura.
Because what was my answer?
Well, aren't you staying next at Sapphire?
After Cabana Bay.
Why are you jumping the gun here?
Yeah, I know. So, yeah, I mean,
I thought I did Aventura because it's right next to Sapphire and you were switching hotels.
no, if I remember
So I was
rightly,
like-
the reason you put Aventura down is because we'd literally just done the episode on it, and we kind of talked about it being one of the only ones we hadn't stayed at yet. So you're like, we only do it for one night. I'll stick you in there.
But when you asked me, Aventura or Cabana Bay, what was my answer?
Royal Pacific.
Royal Pacific. And I'm not getting to stay at Royal Pacific. I'm a little bit devastated.
I mean, we have our plans already for this night. We're planning on trying to get some sort of libation and enjoying the sunset in
It's called
front
a
of the
dictionary.
big window, and then getting
yeah,
up.
I'm going to book it.
Then getting up soup. I don't think they do them there. I think it's
I got
only
you, Tracy.
dockside.
I'll go and get it, and then I'll just carry it around.
I mean, you
In fact-
could.
in
To
fact,
be fair.
in fact, I'm just going to go when I'm in Walmart. I'm going to buy a utility, like a household bucket.
Oh, so by the way, Connie, you're
They
picking
actually
us up
sell
and
a
taking us to
bucket
Walmart.
over at Dockside.
Yeah,
so
no,
just
that's
bring
what
it
she's
from there.
talking about.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was saying. They don't do them there.
I think I
so
might
it's
just go
really-
buy a 5-litre bucket from
We
the
could
household
get the
department.
bus over to Dockside, grab one of them each, and come back to Cabana Bay.
You know, they may sell a bucket punch down at the pool bar at
Okay.
Cabana Bay. So
Oh, that's true.
Or I'll just
you
buy
guys
a handful of
might be
drinks.
fine.
And
Oh,
then
what?
I'll just buy a handful of drinks. There's
I
always
mean,
that
there is
option.
that.
Yeah.
And then the plan is the next morning, because we'll probably be still jet lagged and up stupid early, is to go down to Bayliner Diner and get our breakfast to go and have like a carpet picnic in front of the window and watch the
That sounds
sunrise,
awesome.
or what, depending on what time. What time does Bayliner Diner open? Anyone? Is it 7 or is it not that early?
It's like, no, it's early. It's
Hours before I
It might
get
even
up.
be 6 a.m.
Really?
Can I just point
Mhm.
out that I will need a breakfast before that. So I'll have first breakfast over at IHOP because it's 24 hours. And then I'll have second breakfast because I'm a hobbit.
IHOP's not that easy to get to from Cabana
Watch
Bay.
me.
Okay.
Watch
Connor.
me. Yeah, Connor.
Do you fancy
Connor,
joining
we
us
need you
for
up at
breakfast?
5 a.m., buddy.
You know damn well he's going to be himself laughing listening to this episode. But yeah, like, just because we're only staying in there one night, we want to try and take advantage of that,
Yeah.
of that view as much as possible. And I do want to kind of have a proper wander around Cabana Bay, because we never really got to experience it when
Well,
we
it was
were there
also,
last
the
time,
weather
did
was
we?
not good.
No. And then even Michelle, when we went over with you for the tour of Volcano Bay, we didn't really have much of a wander around, did we? It was kind of have a quick look. There's this, there's that. All right, off we go.
Yeah.
Yes,
And I do
yes,
whatever.
Lee, we did.
I would like to go into the shop.
But you have stayed at Cabana, right?
Yes, we
Yeah.
stayed there. Well, we all got the rooms there last time, didn't we? When we were over for Mardi Gras,
Yeah.
Because I had to fix the toilet in the middle of the night.
you were there, Chris, weren't you?
Not in the toilet. it
Yeah,
wasn't.
that's years ago, man. I don't remember what happened last week.
I'm with you there.
So
Yeah.
I want to at least kind of have a couple of hours, or maybe maybe not a couple of hours, an hour or so, just kind of wandering around and taking it in, because I
Going
feel like we
actually into the
didn't.
shop before it closes.
Yes.
Because I wanted literally so much
Yeah.
stuff in there. In fact, I saw clothes I wanted in there. Wait. When we're going to Ireland? Dining?
September.
Yeah. I still got that dress that I wanted and I forgot to pick up. I'm
What, in
buying
Royal
that
There you
Pacific?
go.
in Royal Pacific, yeah.
I think we're going to visit every hotel apart from Aventura.
We need to go to Aventura. I think we need to do
go
it.
to Bar 17, aren't we?
Yeah, I think we need to for breakfast.
Ooh.
Why not?
That's third breakfast?
Yeah.
Okay.
Double Hobbiton?
Do they do breakfast over at Bar 17?
Yes, it's called
No.
alcohol.
No.
No, I didn't think they
Yes,
did.
actually, Tracy is correct.
You'd get a bus sandwich as you go
From
over.
Cabana Bay to
Yeah.
Aventura.
Yeah.
So you're speaking to my heart right now.
See? I know how to win you over, Chris.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So,
Now, as mentioned before, you guys are also staying at one of my favorite hotels, Sapphire Falls, for the first time.
excited.
I was always kind of interested to stay at Sapphire Falls. I think I've said this a million times on the show at this point. When we went over there for our meetup the last time we were over, I instantly fell in love with that place. Just getting off, like the approach to it on the water taxi is gorgeous. Walking up that stone spiral staircase
Beautiful.
and then out into that lobby with
I
that
was going
big
to say that lobby.
basketball chandelier-y thing, whatever it is.
I swear you cried.
It's absolutely gorgeous. Again, for
It really is.
for a lower level hotel.
And it doesn't look it.
It doesn't
At
feel
all,
it at
no.
all.
No. I really want to eat there.
Yeah, because
Really wanna go to
Strongwater
Batista.
Tavern feels upscale. It doesn't feel like it's of a lesser class of hotel to say something like the Royal Pacific or Hard Rock.
Mm-hmm.
No, it does. It feels quite expensive.
The only thing I don't know at the moment is what the rooms are like. I have no idea what the rooms are like at all.
They look good. I've never heard anything bad about them.
Honestly, I would compare them like visually. If you're just getting a regular like 2 queen,
Yeah.
it's similar to the Royal Pacific. Yeah,
Oh, Betty.
just with like a little bit different decor, so more
Okay.
Caribbean style
Mhm.
than Polynesian style.
But still like floral.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Nice.
I know you guys aren't big pool people, but love their pool over there.
And we might go and sit and dangle our feet in it
Yeah, get another bucket of punch.
with a libation.
It's more.
Tracy, how many buckets are we killing this trip?
I've got 2 hands and teeth for another handle, so that's like at least 3 every time I pass the
Well,
bar.
Lee has 2 hands, so let him hold 2 of yours as well. So that's 5.
I would quite happily hold 2 of
Wait.
Tracy's.
Oh.
All right.
We are
Lee does love a daiquiri.
Is that what
I
we're
do.
calling
That's
them?
right. Oh, you have to wear those pants too.
We're
I
apparently
was
in-
going to suggest that we just buy a radio flyer from Walmart and I can just drag that
Carry it
around behind
around.
me full of buckets.
I'm just looking at the reservation
Or
there.
fill it with the
Or
liquor.
fill it.
Yeah. I'm just looking there on our reservation. We are in a lagoon view room.
Very
so
nice.
Ooh,
that should be quite
nice.
nice.
Yes,
I love how
very
Michelle
nice.
goes, "Ooh, nice, you booked it for us."
So what you're saying? So what you're saying
A
is
long time ago, okay? That was back in like May.
So what
It
you're saying
wasn't
is
that long ago, was it?
we're taking libations to
Yeah.
that view as well. Drinking
Yeah.
in front of a
I'm
lot of
assuming
windows.
then a lagoon view would be like looking out over where the water taxis come in then, Michelle, is that right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, gorgeous.
Nice. Be nice
Yeah,
and nice.
it'd be lovely on a
peaceful.
night.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yep.
I'm even
Not
more
so much
But
for
more
what time
importantly-
the water taxis start in the morning.
early.
Yeah, I know. I remember that from
Shut
Royal
up.
Pacific.
Yeah,
About an hour before park opening,
that's
before
not too bad.
early park admission. More importantly, guys,
Oh, here we go.
Lee and Tracey are finally becoming 1%ers and staying at Portofino Bay.
It's bittersweet, this,
It's about damn time.
because
You don't have the leg massagers?
no, I mean, I really want to. Obviously, it is.
I
It's
mean,
the,
they can borrow mine.
There you
it's
go.
the pinnacle of Universal hotels. I mean, it looks absolutely
It's a
stunning.
flagship hotel, isn't it?
I've watched Tim Trackers walk around there quite a few
Yeah.
times, and it just like comparing it to. I mean, Michelle, you've been to Portofino at this point, haven't you?
Owns property is what you're trying to say.
Yes.
Yeah,
But
I'm
just
stalking it,
looking
yes.
at pictures, it looks like Portofino.
it really does.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I literally was in Portofino, Italy this summer, and it's like like spot on. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Did anyone pick up on that humble brag there? Nobody?
Yeah. No.
We're
I'm
just ignoring it now. We're used to
I
hearing
got
it.
tired of going to Portofino and Universal, so I went to the real one.
Yeah.
Listen, guys, this is how obsessed I am with Universal. I literally picked a Mediterranean cruise itinerary. This one specifically because it had a stop in
Portofino.
Portofino, and none of the
Hey.
other ones did.
Fair enough.
Yeah, there
But
you go.
where the bittersweet comes in is I can't rib on Michelle anymore after we stay here because we're all
Nope.
1%ers.
Yep.
The 1% club.
Very true.
Yeah,
There we go.
we've got to change the name of the
I'm a
podcast
little
and
worried
everything.
though, with you guys being European. Like for
No,
us,
Excuse me,
no,
that-
we're
we're not
not
anymore.
European.
No, we abandoned that.
We're out of Europe now. We're not European. We're just
Okay,
British.
They're
but
Brexiters.
being over there, you don't. Do you guys ever vacation in like the Riviera
No.
areas of
Are you kidding?
Europe? Okay.
Excuse
No.
me.
I was waiting for Tracy to talk. Go ahead, Tracy.
We aren't real 1%ers, you know. We live in the northeast of England. It's like, no,
So let's
we're
pull
very
the curtain,
poor.
right? So we've stayed in the Costa Dorada in mainland Spain. So we've been to Barcelona.
I've been
Barcelona.
I've been 2 or 3 times.
We have been to Cyprus. I've been twice.
Okay.
I've been to
We went to Egypt from Cyprus.
Yes, I've been to Austria when I was a kid
Well,
with a
that's
school. I've
nothing
been
to
to
shake
France.
your head at. I mean, that's nice.
I've done
I
France.
got to go to Texas.
France, Germany, Liechtenstein, Belgium.
Here we go.
Netherlands.
Who's not a 1%er?
Right. So I didn't know,
I'll go
like,
to
I don't know,
Korea.
do people in Europe who have access to that stuff so readily, do they like take a trip to the Riviera, kind of like it's so common for people in the United States to take a trip to the beach?
No.
Like, okay.
But if you're on
Pretty sure
mainland,
it's expensive when you get there.
Yes.
yeah, if you're on mainland Europe, you're more likely to travel around mainland Europe. But we aren't.
Okay.
We're like a rock off it.
The general
We
places.
don't even travel
that-
around England, to be
the
fair.
general places over here that most people go are like Benidorm and
Yep.
that type of like the.
Okay.
Do you guys have the TV show Benidorm over there?
They won't.
Not that I'm aware
No.
of.
Probably
No.
not. If you want to see what most British holidays are like in Spain, if you can get hold of that, that's what it's like.
Okay. Because that was my worry is like that
No.
type of scenery that is found at Portofino is so rare to us. We don't have places like that here in the States. But you being from that vicinity of the world, I didn't know if that was like your,
No.
like a common
No.
holiday destination type thing for you
No,
guys. So,
Riviera is very exclusive. It's
Yeah,
really
it is.
expensive.
Okay.
It's millionaires' playground.
It is the 1% club.
She knows.
going
She's
all
been
the
there.
time. Yeah, I know.
but having been there in several different stops along the Riviera, yes, you could see the richness. You could see the true 1%ers, but there were also plenty of places that weren't crazy expensive. Like there were hotels that you could stay at for $1,000 a night, but there were also places you could stay at for $100 a night. So I felt like it was like similar to a beach, a high tourist beach area in the States as far as price goes.
Michelle's talking about those homeless people living in cardboard boxes. They're the ones for $100 a night.
It's how every horror movie starts off with. Yeah, I'll take one of these hotels.
Yeah.
It's a hostel? Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
I've seen Hostel, exactly. Yeah, it's like when we went to Egypt, we stayed in the Mina House Oberoi, which we could see the pyramids from our hotel room. I will never ever stay in a hotel
It's a 5-star
it
deluxe
is
hotel.
amazing. But there was a guy living in a cardboard box literally
Yeah.
100 yards down the road.
Yeah, we saw people
Yeah.
walking with the goats, crossing over a little river over a water
An
pipe, if you
aqueduct type
like.
thing.
And he was just walking over this pipe with the goat around his neck, and just let the kids, if they fell in and drowned, it didn't matter. But the goat was important.
Well, this took a turn, didn't it? Welcome to the unofficial Lee and Tracey
European
holidays.
Vacation.
Yeah,
European vacation.
yeah.
Egypt was interesting, though.
But no, to answer your question, Michelle, no, it's not going to be lost on us because potentially the
Okay.
Riviera
Oh,
is
no.
on our doorstep. I think
Good.
I will walk into that resort for the first time because I haven't seen it in
We've
person.
in the car park.
We've done obviously when we in the Uber with you and Robin last time. The closest we've been at that point would be we got a water taxi and did like a full circle up there at about midnight, so it was pitch black, so you could just see it kind of lit up, so
Yeah.
you didn't really get like a decent view of what it looks like. So it is going to be like seeing it for the first time.
But I'm also a massive fan of architecture, so I'm really looking forward to this. I'm probably going to have to dig the camera out because I want to take some proper photographs.
Yeah, I'm super.
is
It
gorgeous.
feels very authentic,
If I
which is what
could-
I'm excited about.
If I could justify it, I would be buying a nice new camera.
Yeah, no, you won't be.
Well, it's not like I buy any books with my student loan. They're all online. Who needs them? Anyway,
Yeah. So, like, over the course of these 2 trips, we're staying at 4 new hotels, eating at a number of places. I mean, we're still planning on eating at other places. I haven't put down any because they weren't necessarily new. But we're planning on doing a lot of new things. So not like
step out of a comfort zone.
The premise behind this was talking about the things that are new since the last time we were there.
Yeah.
But then we've realized, and I think we've talked about it with you guys before, it's too easy to go to Universal and steer yourself towards the places that are comfortable for you. So you eat at the same places, you do the same things because it's few and far between the times you go, and you don't want to feel like you've gone and missed out on that thing that you love because it might not be there when you go back. last time. So it's weird to think like we've never eaten at Lombard's, we've never been to Louis, we've never actually eaten properly at Confisco Grill.
We've never eaten at Richter's.
Yeah.
Who just want to top themselves?
At the Fixings,
Bar.
You know, we haven't eaten at Mythos for 9 years. So a lot of these things we're going to try and sort of push ourselves out of our comfort zones quite a bit as well.
I've suggested that we split it 50-50. So 50% of what we do has to be new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We planned on doing Monsters Cafe, but it's not there anymore.
It's one of those things that it's nice for you guys. I get how you would want to try to do everything so you can experience it all, but it also leaves that lingering sensation of wanting to come back and experience, something different. Even, coming from our perspective where we would go, haven't done it this year, but, we would go almost every other month. And even before we were on the podcast, or I was on the podcast, we had a running list of new thing to try, because every time we heard something new on the podcast, we just write it down. So we made our trips kind of, this new thing, even though we go every other month, but we would try this one new thing here, one new thing there. And so I think that adds like a nice variety for you guys. So it's not the same trip every time.
But then it's like weird. I know that I'm sure you got stuck into that pass holder thing where it's like, oh, I'm not doing that because it's a 20-minute wait, or there's a queue for that for a mile long. We'll just do that next time. And you end up not doing, like we did it when we had annual passes at our local theme park. You end up not doing anything because you're like, oh, I'm not queuing that long for that. I'll just do it next time.
1,000%. And even to the extent of, we would even get into our own little habitual places that we would go to. So like we even have to force ourselves, even though we go there all the time, to try something different. I love eating cowfish. I'll eat cowfish every single time I go. Like it's our staple. It's become our staple leaving restaurant. So like when we're leaving the parks on Sunday, we normally now 9 times out of 10 stop at Cowfish, eat food, and then head out. Like that's just become a thing. But we've had to force ourselves. Like that one time, we went to go try for the first time ever Antojitos. We had never tried Antojitos. 1, because I have 1,000 Mexican places down here. And 2, I'm like, it's just tacos. And then we went, I'm like, this is really good. I'd go back.
I adore Antojitos. Like the first time, it helps as well that the first time we did it, there was about
15, 20 of us.
Something like that. There was quite a few of us there.
Your face at getting a birthday cake. That was brilliant.
But it's also that thing as well, like, sort of, I was talking to someone the other day, that thing of when you go somewhere and you don't necessarily have a stellar, so you go to a restaurant like Cowfish. We go to Cowfish, it was bloody awful. To treat that as in its own little bubble and don't let it put you off going back there again, because we've learned that I think a lot of the restaurants on City Walk can be hit or miss. So not to rule going out there again just because you've had one bad experience there.
That's us with Big Fire.
See,
we didn't have a bad experience, but it was just mediocre at best. But we want to go back and try it again, which we will one day, but we just keep on getting stuck at Cowfish.
Yeah.
See, I think with those as well, with Big Fire, we were lucky with the company because it was Stu and Claire. We were lucky with the most amazing server. And we had we were practically on a balcony, weren't we, looking down?
Oh, yeah.
And we had, it was just, the stars aligned. It was just like the perfect experience.
We were coming off the back of the weekend, so I was like all loved up at that point anyway. So it would have took something spectacularly bad to have pulled me down.
Yeah, you were in the moment.
Yeah.
Fast and Furious, same thing.
Yeah. Raymond really wants to go and have an old fashioned in there.
Well, he can pay for it himself then.
Well, he can buy me one too. Because that is an experience, the old fashioned.
Wait, if he's passing them around, I'll take one as well.
Yeah. I think it's the bartender in him. Wants to
it is.
check out the competition.
Like cocktails, he's like, I won't have that cocktail because it has to be done very specifically. I'm like, whatever.
No worries. I'll bring up a bottle of bourbon, some simple syrup, some bitters. I'll give it to him and I'll just sit and drink. That's fine. Tracey, you want to join me?
Absolutely. I've had his cocktails. He's good.
I would love to try some.
But yeah, that's the thing, again, going off the back of this, that yes, there's so many things that are new since the last time we went, but there's still so many things that we haven't done that have been there for years. And that's the scary thing. Like, how have we never eaten at
Any of them. Lombards,
Finnegan's. Like Finnegan's is... How have we never eaten there? It's just so bizarre.
Yeah.
But I am...
But you are going to be changing some of that
We're
this trip.
rectifying it.
For definite.
Yeah.
For definite.
We've got 2 trips to do that.
Exactly. I know September's going to be a little more difficult with having... You know, Jade with us, who's a bit of a fussy eater, so it's going to be a little awkward. And
it's more the kids' trip as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll probably try and cram more of that type of stuff in November and December, to be fair, because we've got...
And that's the benefit you guys have, is that anxiety can go away a bit, because you know I'm going to be back here the next month.
Exactly, and I need to get my head around that if I don't get to do something I want in September, it doesn't matter because I'm back in 10 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
If I could just find someone to stash the luggage.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Wouldn't have to just have backpacks to come home with.
Because we'll probably have 3 or 4 days before like you guys descend for the weekend and that. So we'll probably try and do like a lunch and a dinner and a lunch and a dinner and try and do somewhere different for each one. Yeah.
We've also got to... Sorry, is that the second trip?
Yes.
I was going to say, but like the September trip is one day's going to be allocated to Jade's birthday, one day's going to be allocated to Raymond's birthday.
She big where she wants to go.
So it gets the celebrations like you're supposed to.
Because like I say,
that's cool.
Jade's desperate to go to Mythos, so and I'm like, yeah, do you know what? We haven't been there for ages, so I'll quite happy go back to Mythos again.
Mm-hmm.
And she just wants to have a good look around and take photos.
I mean, that's basically all to go for, to
that's
be fair.
the art student.
But yeah, I'm cool with that. Like, I love Mythos, so to give us a reason to go in there, yeah, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Anything else you guys would like to add?
No, I don't think so. Like I said,
think of anything.
Horror Nights, obviously, we haven't mentioned, but Horror Nights is a big part of the trip. The holidays is a big part of the trip.
Definitely.
Just getting to see.
Yeah.
Like, I think we talked about it before with Horror Nights. It's weird, isn't it? Like, you go to the holidays every year, and it's pretty much the same every year. You go to Mardi Gras, and the theme changes, but Mardi Gras is the same every year. You go to Horror Nights, and it's different every single year.
Yes.
And that's the one thing that kills me about not being able to go every year, because it's one and it's done.
We said the tribute store with that changing up every time as well. That's always great fun.
That's another one, yeah.
Not if you're not there, it's not. So like the
no,
one
but we're
that's
going to be we should get 2.
2, yeah, which is awesome.
You know. So
we'd have seen like the major holidays ones, the Mardi Gras,
and then,
Horror Nights, and the holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just so much new to us over these 2 trips. It's crazy. It's going to feel like I don't know this place. Even
I'm
though
excited
talk
for
about
you guys.
every
I'm going to
week.
live vicariously.
You'll be there with
Even
us.
though I'm
for
going to be
some of
there,
it.
but I want to live through you guys in eyes of like, oh, this is all new.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be fun.
Cool. Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
Cool. Yeah, I think that's going to wrap things up. Just want to bring back up that the Weekender tickets that they are also talking about for your second trip, right?
Exactly. I mean, we
Yeah.
haven't even mentioned the Weekender as part
We
of this,
haven't
have
mentioned
we?
it, but we've been talking about it
I
the
know.
entire time.
Yeah. Yeah, the tickets are available. I get like the website. I don't even, it has like a small version of it. Let me find it. It is UUOP Weekender 2022.eventbrite.com. And if you need it, it's https://
Everybody does that.
But I don't know whether you need to put that on or not. But yes, that is UUOP Weekender 2022.eventbrite.com. Get your tickets
We'll
now.
have to put some stickies up on the pages.
It'd be awesome. I don't know whether we should go to Vivo first or let that be our Vivo experience for the first time.
Ooh. That's actually a good idea.
What, being the first time?
Yeah.
Are we going to take it in though because we're working?
I mean, that's a good point.
Yeah.
So
Eat it twice. I love Vivo.
I know you do.
Eat it 3 times. Who cares?
well, you know, I mean, we have to give it a fair review.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we will.
Yeah, actually, that can be one of the questions during the live Q&A is like, did you like it?
Yeah. Because, I mean, because we're doing our anniversary meal. That's going to be, we're going back. We decided, because we haven't done anything over here for our anniversary, so we put it off and we're going to do Big Fire for our anniversary. So it better hold up to how it was last time. But yeah, go and get your tickets. The Weekender, I'm super excited. It's going to be awesome. And again, I don't know how far we're recording this a week before it comes out. There might be more things announced before now.
I hope so.
We'll definitely inform you guys as we move along.
Absolutely. Cool.
Yeah, so that's going to wrap things up for this episode. And we're going to do that actually with another Universal Is. And this one comes from Austin Cleary, buddy of mine. If you would like to get involved wrapping up the podcast, just let us know what you think Universal is in 3 words or less, and then send them over to podcast@uuopodcast.com or send them on social media, preferably email. But yeah, for episode 521, Austin says Universal is my favorite day trip. See you next time.
That was another episode of the Unofficial Universal Orlando Podcast, the best and only podcast about Universal Orlando on the island. Check us out on social media on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Pinterest. Just search UUO Podcast. For all the podcasts, news, and articles, check out our blog at uuopodcast.com. Contact us at podcast@uuopodcast.com. Join the Producers Club by emailing us at uuopproducers@gmail.com. Listen and subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and everywhere else podcasts are found. Check out our friends, the Theme Park Duo, for all your other theme park news, and email Michelle at portkeyvacations.net to book your next trip. So until next time, this is Amity 6, call off the Marines, we're coming home.